Dear students, this time my topic is Dover Beach. Dover Beach, the site of a beach at Dover. The site of the beach at Dover. Yes, it is in England. That's why this poem is entitled as Dover Beach. The writer of this poem is Mathew Arnold. Okay, Mathew Arnold has written this poem, Dover Beach. Here, the Dover Beach is a complex poem about the challenges to theosophical, existential, and moral issues. Important questions are raised after reading this poem. What is life without faith? How do you gauge happiness and loneliness? What gives life meaning? Here in this poem, we get this thing that this poem is a melancholic poem. It is a sad poem. We see melancholic poem, a sad poem. It is written by Mathew Arnold. When we go through the text of this poem, it is a melancholic poem. Tower Beach represented the religious doubt and despair that gripped the Victorian due to the scientific postulates of Darwinism and industrialization. Darwinism and industrialization has gripped this Victorian era. Victorian era means the era when there was uh, the period of Queen Victoria. This period is got started at 1837 and it lasted up to 1901. That is called the Victorian era. And at that very time, theories come out. One is two things come out. One is Darwinism, and another is industrialization. See, because of this Darwinism and this industrialization, okay, the faith or the belief of that very area got changed. That is why here Arnold says that that very folk was crippled. The Victorians were crippled in this thing because of this scientific postures of Darwinism and industrialization. What do you mean by this industrialization? Industrialization means the development of industries, particularly there in this in the period of this, after this 1837 up to this 1901. Okay, so here in this poem we get some things. These are religious doubt is there, disparity is there. It is a dramatic monologue. This poem is a dramatic monologue. Okay, there we can see a shift from the present to classical Greece and then from medieval Europe back to the present. Now, here, going ahead, I not limit the spiritual malice of his times and take the reader through a virtual journey from an age of certitude represented by his historical allusions to the classical medieval times to the Victorian age. Yes, characterized by alienation and loss of faith. See, this period of event, yes, of this characterization and loss of faith, it is here. There are no limits on this. Okay, expresses his gloom, expresses his state of sadness or sorrows on this, that there was a change. This is here the voice malice. This malice where we see it is actually the feeling of discomfort here after facing the change. After facing the change, uh, the people feel spiritual. The people felt spiritual knowledge. Okay, yeah, the spiritual knowledge. This is feeling of discomfort. Okay, and see, it's a journey. It's just that I told you. It's a shift from the present to classical Greece, and then from medieval Europe back to the present. Back to the present. Yeah, there is the shift from one era to the another era. Here we see from age of certitude represented by his historical allusions to the classical medieval times to the Victorian ages. Certitude means certainty. Okay, certainty or age of certainty, isn't it? represented by his historical allusions to the classical medieval times to the Victorian age, characterized by alienation, loss of faith, is loss of faith and alienation. Okay, yes, loss of faith is there, and alienation is there. And see here, Arnold actually laments on this thing. Uh, this is not. This is not. This change was not desirable. Okay, it was an undesirable change, which according to Mathew Arnold would have not happened at the time. And see, loss of faith. Okay, however, notwithstanding this biggest overall sense of regret and final tone, hmm, here it is notwithstanding. Okay, despite, in spite of the biggest overall sense of regret, huh, here Matthew Arnold regrets. Okay, and his tone remains finite. It is bitter tone. On this change, Matthew Arnold regrets and expresses his finer tone. He emphasizes that love and faithfulness alone can salvage humanity from the baneful is humble social moral effects of the crisis of faith and the dehumanizing process of industrialization. There, in that very area, isn't it? There was industrialization and there was Darwinism, isn't it? Because of these things, okay, society was at the verge of threat, okay, at the verge of this collapse, or we can say devastation of society, devastation of faith, we can say these things too, okay. And here he emphasizes that this can be eradicated. We can go against the thing, we can overcome this problem because only and only due to this love and faithfulness. Okay, love and faith alone can salvage humanity from the painful means harmful social moral effects of the crisis were there, isn't it? See, what were the crisis? It is the social values, moral values, and other effects by which society becomes perfect. And here it depicts these lines depict the imperfection of that very society. And here we see this salvage means I can it is I can have this means salvage means yes, we can see yeah, protect. This salvage means to protect, yes. Safeguard, salvage means protect or safeguard. Now Arnold Arnold transgresses the structural framework of traditional versification. Here Arnold goes out of limit of this structural framework of traditional versification. What was at that very time the traditional expression? Versification means expression or disclosure, we can say that traditional disclosure at that very time. This Arnold, yes, mounts out of that, okay, goes out of that, isn't it? And Tower Beach is a dramatic monologue. It is a dramatic monologue of four stanzas. Having this poem contains four stanzas. It is a dramatic monologue. Monologue means a long speech by one person, isn't it? A long speech given by one person. It is called here monologue in the form of a poem, in the form of a verse, okay, but with varying lines. The verses given in this poem are varying. There's difference, there's variation line of verse and no particular rhythm or rhyme pattern. There is neither particular rhythm nor a rhyme scheme. Okay, so the constantly changing rhythm and rhyme pattern accord well with the speaker's irresistible impulse to express his bleak and realistic view of the world he is living in. While this Matthew Arnold lives in, okay, this is the state of the poet in a bleak and realistic way, eh? Isn't it? Here the poet states his concern directly in a bleak and in realistic way. We say uh, where he lives, isn't it? In this poem, we can say this. We can get this thing, isn't it? See, there was a change, constant change of this rhythm and rhyme. It's a device. It is a device. Okay, so it is. We can say it is a random process is going on here. So his powerful emotive ideas constantly batter against any frame whatsoever and refuses to be imposed in to be imposed in here to be imposed in sorry he his powerful emotive ideas constantly battle against any frame whatsoever and refuse to be imprisoned in a form imprisoned his powerful emotive ideas there we can get the powerful emotive ideas of this poet. Okay, these emotive ideas constantly battle constantly see battle constantly strike this battle means strike these ideas given in the form of this was by Arnold constantly strike the frame whatsoever a frame is the change that is now there in that society. Okay, and that we change is repeatedly yes struck by again struck by this point in the form of these verses there, and these voices are varying, we know, battle against any frame whatsoever and refuse to be imprisoned in a form. And here the poet is not ready to accept that reform, isn't it? He is not ready to accept that reform. If he accepts that reform, so he thinks the poet thinks that he he may be imprisoned. Okay, and here he dislikes this thing. So now, the overall effect of this poetic technique makes the poem a microcosm of a spiritually ruthless society. Microcosm, see, microcosm of a, see, this microcosm means miniature, miniature of this spiritually ruthless society, isn't it? That was a big society. That is a grand society, isn't it? And this poem, the poem we are going to read. Do you get me? Yes. The poem we the poem we are going to read the poem we are going to read this poem is definitely a microcosm. Microcosm means miniature. What this poem is a miniature? This spiritually rudderless society. This spiritually rudderless society means the society which is now out of control. Okay, the society which is out of control, isn't it? What is the situation there, is it? What is the state of that way society now? So all the expression of that way society in any way. Okay, so all this is present in this poem, and this poem has served as a microcosm of that way society. So that is why here it is written microcosm of a spiritually ruthless society abandoning the traditional rhythms of life. See, that was society. See, this society, it is living. This abandoning means it is living. Okay, yes, it is living the traditional rhythms of life. What were the traditional rhythms of life? Those very traditional rhythms of life are being left by this rudderless society because of this change. So yeah, Matthew Arnold is caught in this conflict. Okay, he's we can say a big confrontation is there. Matthew Arnold is not ready to accept that, and he regrets this. Okay, he regrets. He goes against this all. What? But the reason for this change is, see, it is given above in this above the text section, that is Darwinism and this industrialization. What does this Darwinism mean? It is actually the theory given by Charles Darwin. Okay, this Darwinism is actually a theory. It is given by Charles Darwin. Okay, and why he says why he disclosed that evolution is mainly driven by natural selection. The Darwinism says that evolution is mainly driven by natural selection, and see, we can say here this Darwin here this all happened from this 1809 to 1882. This was the period of this Darwin. Okay, see, Charles Darwin, and he gives here the theory of that evolution is mainly driven by natural selection. These are the two main things here, Darwinism and industrialization, responsible for this big change, but it is not, as per the poet Mathew Arnold, fit for this society. I hope that you might have got it, my dear students. Rest of things will be taken on later. Best of luck.